Civic Empowerment, KACE, is a non-profit organization founded in 1996 helping the Korean American community with civic education, legal services, small business supports, and many other programs. For the past 21 years, the KACE Grassroots Internship program has cultivated Korean American youth and empowered our young community members to advocate for their communities and causes close to their hearts. KACE provides our young future leaders with opportunities to research and lead public campaigns to raise awareness of various important issues.
As interns, we learned and supported students thrive in the knowledge of Korean American history and past, as well as initiating our goal of having a more Korean Americans to register to vote. We met with Congress members like Tom Suozzi and Grace Meng, and have researched in Asian communities across New York and New Jersey. Our purpose is to lead these young high schoolers to learn more about their Asian community and how they could leave a larger impact.
On Wednesday, August 13th, KACE interns will be performing The Constitution in a Time of War, the Trial of Minoru Yasui at the Helen Marshall Cultural Center. Doors open at 6:30 and the program will start at 7 p.m. Before the program starts, light snacks and refreshments will be available. This reenactment was made possible by the Asian American Bar Association of New York, Judge Denny Chin, Kathy Harada Chin, and Jury Group, who provided and allowed us to use the script and accompanying materials, along with the Office of the Queensborough President, Donovan Richards Jr., and KCMB-TV. The trial reenactment is based on the Yasui v. United States court case. This trial occurred in 1943 after the United States government required all Japanese Americans to reside in internment camps and established strict curfews.
Minoru Yasui, a Japanese American lawyer, had returned home to Hood River, Oregon after being requested to serve in the military by his father, Masao Yasui. Born and raised in the United States, Yasui patriotically responded to the call and attempted to commission 9 times, all 9 of which were swiftly denied. Following the establishment of Japanese internment laws, Yasui deliberately disregarded the law with the intent of challenging the constitutionality of the curfew. He walked around after the curfew time, asking police officers to arrest him and presenting himself at a police station. Upon discovering the grand jury's indictment, he refused to comply with evacuation orders and went to his family's home in Hood River. The authorities then arrested him for breaking another law banning Japanese Americans from travel. At Yasui's appeal, after being found guilty of breaking the curfew and being deemed a non-citizen alien, the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that the curfew was constitutional.
We would appreciate it if you could take the time out of your day to come and watch our trial. We hope that this will be a time where our community can come together for an evening of learning and community building while we form a path towards a better future. We hope to see you there.
This trial represents a lot regarding the constitutional rights of Asian Americans. We see a lot of their rights being violated during times of war. We see this in the past with the Alien and Sedition Acts, with James Madison and people like that. But this trial in particular was a very particular instance of an Asian American standing against the government to challenge unconstitutional laws. And this was one of the first instances during World War II where we see unfair Japanese internment occur. Yet quite literally almost no one is challenging these circumventing laws. So this trial represents a lot to the Asian American fight for their constitutional rights and challenging the government in a manner befitting of the Constitution.
This trial taught us a lot about Asian American history and the history of Japanese internment camps. It also taught us a lot about how the United States government has discriminated against Asian Americans and people of color in the past. I will be saying the opening speech for this trial reenactment.
I will be the primary narrator of the trial.
I will be the secondary narrator of the trial.
I'll be a witness of the trial.
And I'll also be a witness of the trial.
I'll be the prosecutor prosecuting Minoru Yasui, Donago.
I'll be playing the role of Justice Jackson.
I will also be playing the role of a witness.
I'll be a spectator. I will not be attending.
And we have a plethora of other roles, but not everyone is present. And we are this year's
KACE Grassroots Interns.
안녕하세요.
Bye.